Hi. Stacey, you got me. You got me. Okay, cool. So basically we're gonna try not to be on here for a while because I know people just retain information quicker, right? Um, I miss you too, Rach. 3 days, I know. Um, so basically we're just gonna go over the 4 or 5 things that we do every day, as simple as it is, because that's what we do. It's simple, right? And me, Nay, and Linz are going to kind of switch off talking about different things. And that's really it. We're going to go from there. If you guys have any specific questions, comment in the chat. But Nay's going to go first.
Hey, guys. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the importance of posting. So, you know, whether you're new, whether you've been in for a couple months or a couple years, whatever it is, like, it's so important to post about your business and about the products every single day, right? I know with the algorithm change and things like that, posting on your feed multiple times a day is like kind of questionable, like on whether to do it or not, but it's never like wrong to just post as many times as you can about your business. I usually post on average once a day on my feed, but on my story, I try to post on my story multiple times a day, every single day. So I'll wake up and I'll usually just post like a bunch of product posts on my story. Like an hour or two later, I'll post like distributor. Like I kind of go back and forth about posting about the products and about the business. So, you know, when I joined this business, you know, I didn't have an awesome post thread, or I didn't have like units in my group page where I can go to and find posts, you know, and I know that both mine and Emily's team, and I think Lindsay's too, all have a place where we can go to and find posts to post on our feed, right? And I know when I was new, it was hard for me to post. So for me, me and Cassie joined so close together, like in time where we both didn't know what we were doing. So, you know, it's not like I can go and look at Cassie's feed and like, you know, take her post because we were just both so new. So for me, I looked at people who inspired me and I would turn on their post notification. So let's say, for example, Jade Hooper or Alyssa Billiou inspired me, right? I would turn on their post notifications, and whenever they posted, it would be a reminder for me to post on my feed. And that's what helped me be so consistent in the beginning with my business and about posting. And, you know, sometimes if you're new and you're like, oh, I don't know what to post for a life post. Well, you're going to talk about why you joined, like why you're doing this business, what you're going to be doing with the income you make with this business, and how like you're able to work from anywhere. Like you want to talk about those things in a life post. If you've been in for a while, you want to talk about the things you've been able to do with this business and, you know, how it's changed your life. You know, it doesn't always have to be money. You know, it can be how it's changed your outlook and things, how it's made you more positive. Like people just want to know how it's impacting you in every single way. So it's so important to post about, you know, what it's done for you mentally and like financially, you know, and obviously physically as well. If you're using the products, post about your results, what it's done for you. So life posting, so important. That's how I get every single one of my distributors is from a life post. If I've personally signed you up, you guys can all attest that you've all come to me from my post. Whether you swipe up on my stories or whether you're just texting me a keyword like opportunity or ready from my posts, because I don't message for distributors. So you all come to me. So it's so important to post. Like, and if you're not posting, your business is completely closed, because how are people going to be interested, or how are they going to know about what you're talking about if you're not posting about it, right? Products. So I message for customers, right? So I get my customers from posting on my story. Sometimes I'll post a before and after here and there on my feed, and I message for them. So it's so important to be consistent with the posting, because if you're not posting every day, your business is completely closed. So do you guys have any questions like in specific about posting and anything like that in general? Like maybe like with algorithms, like I can help as much as I can, because I'm obviously not an Instagram guru genius, but do you guys have any questions about that? you want me to go over anything specific about posting?
No.
Okay. Cool.
Do you guys basics are good.
Yeah, it's just don't overthink it. Like you can't, like I'm just not an overthinker. Sometimes girls on my team, do you say yes or no to hashtags? Okay, Amanda, so hashtags only work, like they're only beneficial if you're public. Like if you hashtag and you're private, like no one's gonna see that hashtag. So that's personal preference if you want to be public or private. Like if you hashtag like workout, and if you're private, like, and if someone hashtags workout, they're not going to see your post on that hashtag. They're only going to see your post on that hashtag if it's public. Okay. Now I'm going to go into following up. Is that what I'm doing next?
Yeah.
Cool. Following up. This is like, oh wait, what do you life post when you haven't really done a lot? Okay. That's exactly what I was talking about in the beginning, Miranda. If you are new in this business and you're kind of lost on what to post, you want to talk about why you joined, right? We all started as a distributor. None of us started as a diamond, double, triple, making lots of money, right? We all started from the bottom and worked our way up. So me, 4 years ago when I joined, I wasn't making any money either. So what I posted about was why I joined this business, why I was tired of being broke, why I was tired of being in student loan debt, and why this business was going to change everything for me. You know, you want to talk about where you're going, why you joined, and what you're going to do with the money you make in this business. And you also want to talk about, you know, working from anywhere. Okay, I'm on vacation now. So I post like, oh, like, you know, a simple life post caption that's like, you know, it's a Monday or it's a Tuesday and I'm able to work from here today and take my business on the go. Like something simple like that is going to attract people's attention because they're gonna be like, what is she doing that she's able to take this business with her on a vacation and work from where she is? So you always wanna just talk about being able to work from anywhere, what it's gonna do for you, what the money's gonna pay for or change your life in the way it's going to, and why you joined and the position you were in before you joined this business and where you want to be. I feel like I'm being repetitive in my life posts. Is it okay to be a little repetitive? Yeah. You can look at my life posts, and my life posts are repetitive, but in different ways, if that makes sense. Like I word it in different ways. So like, my life post yesterday was like very short and simple. And it was just like, you know, this is my office today. If you're not happy on a Monday, let's chat. The best kind of office is the one you create. I get people ask me all the time, you know, why I travel so much, blah, blah. You get it, right? So I'm talking about that I'm traveling, able to work my business from anywhere. Today I talked about a little bit about my story and what I do. But it's the same thing over and over again, but just wording it very different. So Jess, I would encourage you to find someone that inspires you in this business, you know, and whatever they're posting, copy them. That's what I did. Jade Hooper, when I first joined, Alyssa Billiou, Tiffany Herr, like they were the ones that I was watching constantly. And whatever they were posting, I was taking it and making it my own story and my own gist, because you also do want to incorporate, you know, your own lifestyle posts and your own story into what you're posting every single day. So yes, it's repetitive, but in a different way, if that makes sense. Cool. Now I'm going to go into following up. You know, especially if you're on my team, you know that I preach about this every single day. Like I literally don't go a day without following up. And I think it's changed everything for my business because I used to wait until Fridays to follow up, right? And then I felt like 6 hours of my day was taken because I was following up with every single person I talked to the past week, and it was really time consuming. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to break this down and make this easier for myself, and I'm going to follow up every day. So what I do is every single night, I mean, you can do this as different as you want. You kind of just have to find what works for you and stick with that. And this is what works for me. Like if you're not, I'm not organized in any way, but like I feel like I'm organized my own way. So find what works for you and stick with that. So what I do every single night is, okay, let's say today I got like 40 numbers, okay? I that's a high number, you know, but let's say tonight I'll sit down after I've talked to everyone, you know, my phone's like not being blown up. I'm ready to go to bed. But right before I go to bed, I open up my planner. So today's Tuesday. So tomorrow is Wednesday. So I open up to Wednesday and I write down every single number I talked to today only that literally just left me on red, didn't answer me. Whether I texted them right away and I said, hey girl, it's Naira from Instagram. So first tell me the things you were interested in, they just didn't answer. Or if we've had a full conversation, I told them prices and they didn't answer. I write down their number. Then tomorrow, I'm going to open up my planner on Wednesday, and I'm going to go through the list of every single person that I wrote down their number for, and I'm going to send them a follow-up. Once I'm done following up with each person, I'm going to highlight it because then I know it's done. And that helps me stay like in track of where I'm at and who I'm following up with, and knowing that, okay, this is done. Like I followed up with these 20 people today, you know, I'm good with those 20 because you want to follow up every single day because it's still really new to people. It's still really fresh in their mind that you spoke with them yesterday. And just because they weren't ready yesterday doesn't mean that they're not ready today. So 50% of my enrollments come from follow-up, 50% come from me signing up on the spot. So I can get their number, text them, and sign them up on the spot, or I'm going to sign them up from a follow-up. So being consistent with following up every single day has changed everything for me. It's kept me a little more organized in that way that I'm not forgetting people, because also on Friday, I would follow up with like 100 people, and sometimes people would fall through the cracks and I would forget them. So every day has kept me on track with talking to everyone that I've wanted to talk to and follow up with everyone. So the people you talk to today, you write them down on the next day. So like today's Tuesday, you'll write them down for Wednesday. Yeah, because I'm going to follow with them tomorrow, and I'm going to open up my planner on that day and know that these are the people I talked to yesterday, and I'm going to follow up with them today. I do the same thing. It helped me keep track of my conversations and follow-ups in general. LCs have increased so much. Yes, Jess. Like following up is something that I will preach about every single day, because when I started doing it consistently, it completely changed my business. How do you keep following up without running out of a follow-up? You have to just not overthink things. Yeah, you just switch it up.
Send a video, send a voice message.
Yeah, send a video, send a voice message. Hey girl, I'm thinking about you. I'm placing orders right now. Do you still want the discounted spot?
Ask an upline, ask a sideline.
Yeah.
We share all the time.
Hey Sam, placing orders right now for my friends. I would love to help you get your order in. Do you have 5 minutes now to order? Hey pretty, placing orders now. Are you ready? You know, like don't overthink this, guys. It's so simple. Like switch up some words and that's it. You know, ask your upline. I'm sure they have tons of, like, I literally have like a file of follow-ups on my team page for my team, you know, and I'm sure your upline will have that for you too, but don't overthink it. Just do it. I send 3 follow-ups worded differently after times. Hey girl. Yeah. Gifts. Exactly. Yeah. Gifts are awesome too. Like it's just, you switch it up and be creative with what you're doing, but just don't think too much into it, because you're just going to end up wasting time if you're just like trying to overthink these things too much.
Literally, I heard this follow-up actually the other day, and it was like literally straight up. It was like, hey girl, I totally forgot to follow up with you.
Yeah.
Like something so simple.
Wait, that's what I did today. Yesterday, I set an alarm to follow up with a girl, but I was actually getting off the plane when I was supposed to follow up with her because of our time difference. And today I texted her and I was like, hey, I was traveling yesterday and I forgot to follow up with you.
Yeah. Are
you ready to order? I still have your spot saved for you. That's so funny. Yeah. I said that today to a girl.
Like we just overthink it so much.
Yeah. On Fridays, yeah. So Madison, on Fridays, then I'll go in and just scroll down on my phone, on my messages, and just follow up with everyone for the week. So then I'll send a completely different one, because then I'm going to be talking to everyone again. And I send a quick one, just, hey, or even if you want to throw in some free products to switch it up, you know, do that too. Offer some incentives, just like one day out of the week, maybe, just to switch things up and keep it fun for your potentials. I saw that on a video. She literally apologizes for not following up. Yeah, who cares? You know, like make it like funny. I don't know. They don't care. All right, awesome. Do you want me to talk about anything else, Sam? Or that's it?
No, that's fine.
Cool.
Okay, so Nate basically had most of that covered. Like basically what she said, those are two. I feel like the follow-up is like the most important thing. Like if we're talking about work, the follow-up, the fortune is literally in the follow-up, guys. So if you learn to perfect that, this business is gonna be a lot easier for you. I say this all the time, like, you know, when you guys go on like a store online, and even if you don't put your email in, you know, like sometimes it like pops up as soon as you're on the website and you can't even look at their website until you put your email in. Even if you don't do that, you all know, like after you get off the website and you're on Instagram or you're on Facebook and you see the same exact product on your social media pop up and you're like, someone is watching me. You're like all freaked out when that first started coming out. We were like literally freaking out. That's the company following up. And 9 times out of 10, we end up buying it because it's popping up, you know, and sometimes I have to see the advertisement with the same dress 10 times. And sometimes I see the advertisement once and I buy it, you know, so it's the same thing, except we're not an automatic picture follow-up advertisement. Like we're an actual person, you know, so that gives us the benefit of it. So just keep in mind like that perspective, having that different perspective. Okay, so I'm going to go, a little into messaging. Honestly, it's super simple. If you guys have any questions, again, just ask. But basically what I do and what I've done since I started is I start from the bottom of my followers and I message 10 people going up and I screenshot where I leave off. And I do that once an hour. Like sometimes I do that every other hour. But I message a minimum of 100 new people a day, and you got to figure out how to make it work. Sometimes we have limits. Sometimes there are hours in the day where we can't touch our phone. So how are you going to work around these roadblocks? Use Instagram and Facebook to message, right? Or maybe you're someone who started a new Instagram and you still have your other one. Use both to message, right? Use host to post, hit 2 birds with 1 stone. You know, there's many different ways that you can do this, but I've been doing this since I first started. And again, I just start from the bottom of my followers, not followings. And I message up, 10 people up. I screenshot where I leave off. Once an hour, I go down and I just do it again, right? So I do this full time now, so I'm free and I'm able to do this. When I first started, I was working 3 jobs and going to school full time. Guess what? I was making it work. If I had to stay up 2 hours later to get in the extra 20, 30, I was staying up later. If I had to wake up earlier to get some out, I was waking up earlier. That's it. So, Madison, so I was going to go into like adding people and following people. And if you got to be following a lot of people, you know, I feel like there's never not a time where I didn't reach the top of my followers always, because it's just massive action. Like, you know, you should have that problem. Like you should have the problem of reaching the top of your followers. If you have way too many people to follow, then you're not doing it right. You're right. Because like you should be messaging a lot. And, you know, I add about 100 people an hour. Not 100 people are going to follow you back. That's just how it is. So it makes a lot of sense, you know. I can't give you statistics of how many people add me back out of the 100 that I follow. I'm not agreeing whatsoever. So like those things, like I don't even notice the followers that I lose. I don't know who, when, where, why. I don't know the number of followers I have right now. I could not tell you. And I have 3 counts and I still can't tell you. Like I just don't care about that. I just care about massive action. So I add 100 people an hour. And every Instagram is a little different. So Madison, I hope that answers your question, even though it may not make you like feel a little better. Like there's going to be roadblocks, but I hope it makes you feel better knowing that I go through that, Nate goes through that, Lindsay goes through that, Allie goes through that. Like you just got to add, and don't ever stop. Like I'm adding in my sleep when I fall asleep because it's just so simple to do, but you just got to do it. It's not tedious. It's just, you know, you just got to do it. If you do reach the top, go to Facebook, right, for like a day and message people while you add like crazy on your Instagram. Or you can go to the bottom of your followers and unsend, resend one day as you're adding crazy one day, if that makes sense. So these are some things that I do when I have roadblocks. But again, we all go through it. Caitlin. So every Instagram is different. May's been blocked from following for a week.
11 days.
11 days. How do we know? We have no idea. So 100, I can do 100. I can do 150. I can do 200, and I will not get blocked. But it's definitely time consuming. So I just do like 90 to 100 an hour, and I'm fine. There's people who add 50 people sometimes and it blocks them, but it's only for usually a few hours with following. So just make sure you're interacting. And that's something that's really big too. And these all kind of go together, messaging, following, and interacting. Because if you aren't interacting, which means, you know, not just liking people's photos, but being a genuine person, like commenting on people's photos and being genuine, you know, not just like copying and pasting pretty. You know, like my best suggestion is asking a question like, your dress is so pretty, where'd you get it? You know, or I love your necklace, where'd you get it? You know, stuff like that, so that people are interacting back with you, and that's going to help your algorithm, which in turn will help you get blocked less less likely for you to get blocked. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah, every Instagram is different. And again, this is just, guys, these are roadblocks we all go through. My roadblocks are different than Nay's. Nay's roadblocks are different than Allie's, but we find a way. Ask your upline, ask a sideline. You know, ask for advice if you can't find a way around that roadblock, because if you don't, you're not going to find a way around it. If you ask, you're probably going to find an answer, and you're like, oh, that was really easy. I don't know why I stress about this. How do you figure out who's following you on Facebook? I don't message my followers on Facebook. I just message my friends. So just go to your friends and message from there. Jessica, go to the bottom of your followers, because if you go to the bottom of your messages, most likely you're gonna go through people who have unfollowed you in your messages, and then it's gonna like, you can totally just avoid that if you just go through your followers. Like because you don't want to message people who don't follow you. They may not even see that message because they don't follow you. It's just like, I just personally wouldn't do that. It gets a little messy. So just go to the bottom of your followers again. Do you get what I'm saying? Cool. Got a thumbs up. Jess, I hope I answered your question. Caitlin, I hope I answered your question. Madison, hope I answered your question. Okay, cool. So those 3 things are pretty simple. So if someone is thinking not so simple, please ask a question. That's why we're here. Okay. Something else we're going to talk about? Talk about posting, messaging, following up. Okay, self-dev, I talk about this all the time. And then, oh my God, I don't know what just happened. I'm gonna talk a little about it, talk about it all the time. I talk about it for hours, days, weeks, years. But Lindsay needs to talk, so I'm just gonna go through really quick. A lot of you may know what self-development is, and some of you may not. Some of you may know and you think it's a joke. But I'm telling you, if you don't master and learn to love self-dev in some way, shape, or form, you will not be successful in this business. When I say that, I'm like, oh my God, people's gonna be upset right now. But I'm gonna be real with you, because when I first started, I was the biggest negative Nancy. And even though I pretended to be positive, I wasn't, like, because we all know our thoughts are crazy. And that held me back for like 7 months, 8 months. It's something as so simple as learning how to see the positive. I did a live today on my group page, when literally every single day something goes wrong. Like, that's just how life is. Like, there's nothing else to it. Like, every single day there's something that goes wrong. And if you're a negative person, that one thing or 2 things or 3 things or 5 things that go wrong is going to destroy you. Or if you're a positive person, and if you learn how to be positive, those few things that go wrong each day are not going to destroy you, right? And it's kind of just as simple. And some of you may not think that's simple, but it's because you just need to self-dev. You need to grow yourself. And there's so many shapes and forms of this, guys. Like, so many different kinds. Some people meditate for self-dev. Some people go to church. Some people read the Bible. Some people need Eric Thomas and Tony Robbins screaming at you. like Erles Brown. You know, some people need a life coach. Some people like me, I'm like obsessed with psychology, so I need someone to mind F me. I don't want to say that word because it's a bad word. But I love that. You know, I love the study of how people work. Learning about the color personality like gets me excited because that's what I love to do. So you guys got to figure out what you like. But on days where you're blocked for messaging or on days where you haven't signed someone, which is me today, I'm freaking frustrated. But I know that if I vent about it and I'm frustrated about it and I talk about it, how I haven't signed anyone, guess what? That's not going to help me sign someone, you know, and I wouldn't be able to say that 2.5 years ago. But because I know what I'm doing and I've grown because I've learned to love self-dev in some way, shape, or form, it's got me here. But no top leader anywhere or any successful person anywhere has never not mastered self-dev and not read books every day. So yeah. Okay. My best advice, if you're a newbie to it, reach out to a VIP leader, like your VIP leader and above, and ask them about it. Ask them where to start. Ask for advice. Ask questions. That's the best thing to do. Okay. Oh, we have questions. How do you prevent people how do you prevent people to reply after you mention it? Okay. I'm assuming you're asking, and it just could be me, that you're saying how do you stop people from not replying, or how do you get people to reply after you mention prices? I could just be tired and reading that wrong, but you can't. And that's why we follow up. That's it. There's no secret sauce. It's just following up. It happens to me. It happens today. I probably sent the price 10 times today and they didn't answer me. But like, who cares? I'm going to follow up with them tomorrow and they're going to order from me. Or they're going to see my story today and they're going to text me back. And they're going to see my story tomorrow, the day after, and they're going to text me back. I'm going to sign up. Love that, Erica. Yes, Rachel. Okay. Cool. No questions? No more? Lindsay, I can't find you. Found you. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Take the stage.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna be chatting. I was gonna say not about like messaging, following up, but it kind of is. So when I first started this business, I'm gonna be totally honest. I'm not a very detail-oriented person. I could care less about details. I don't need to know things in order to speak about them. I don't need to try things in order to speak about them. When I first joined this business, I didn't have any experience with the products. I didn't have any experience with sales. But one thing I did know how to do was copy people. And Cassie enrolled me. And I honestly can truly confidently say that I asked her every single question one time. Like, I'm not even kidding. I asked her everything one time. I said, what do the greens do? What do the wraps do? And everything she said to me, I copy and pasted into my notes and referred back to it. Because if this person was so successful in what they were doing and they were telling me exactly what they learned over the course of them being in this business, I was going to follow them. Okay, copy the right cat. So it was literally that easy for me. I didn't overthink it. Like Nay said, I'm not a big overthinker either. I knew people were successful in the company. I knew people had success with the products. And I honestly was just excited to know that like this could get me some extra money. So I was just ignorance on fire. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the quote like, ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. So what does that mean? It's honestly better to just be so excited and run super blindly like towards your faith and your goals than to try and like figure everything out before you start taking massive action. You know, if you like to like know every single detail and ingredient in the products, great. But do that at like 2 or 3 a.m. when you're done talking to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't not waste, but don't spend too much time overthinking, well, why? If you're hearing from a top leader, this is what you should say. This is how you should post. This is how you should follow up. Just trust us. We know what we're doing. We would never steer you wrong. And honestly, there's really not much more to it, if I'm gonna be 100% honest. Like, when Cassie enrolled me also, I will say, I remember I also asked her, okay, how do I sign up a customer and how do I sign up a distributor? Like this book, well, actually, let me back up for a minute. I said, how do I sign up a customer? I already knew how to sign up and talk to distributors because of how she talked to me. Think about how easy that is. Think about how mind-blowing that is. The person who enrolled you, how are they talking to you? They clearly got you to join. You know what I'm saying? Like, did they tell you their story? Did they follow up with you like clockwork every single Friday? What did they say to make you feel comfortable? What did they post about to make you feel comfortable in joining? That's exactly what you're going to do. Like, did I just blow your mind or what? It's so easy. I think a lot of people, they come in and they're like, what do I do? Well, who have you been watching? You know what I'm saying? How have they been talking to you? Or maybe you were a customer before and then you switched over to a distributor, even better. So I think it's just really all about copying the right cat. I also remember too, this goes along with it, is like staying plugged in. So I automatically followed our CEO. Guys, if you're not following our CEO, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, follow our CEO. Stay, plugged in with announcements, family calls, Pam Souter, Mike Patillo. I was following, I remember like the top 3 people I would follow was like Tiffany Herr, Jocelyn Yates, and this is so bad, I'm like blanking on who it was. But anyway, I had these 3 ambassadors that I was following, and anything they did, I was like, well, it must be working for them. They're making 5 figures a month, so let me do it too. Even if I had no idea what I was talking about, because let's be real, I didn't. I just knew that if I stayed excited about this and I just learned as I went, because that's how I like to go. Like, I kind of like how to learn how, oh my God, I can't even speak. I like to learn as I go. So, and then I like to see other people do it, and then I can do it confidently within myself. So, I mean, there's really not much more to it. And do you want me to talk about anything else? Because honestly, guys, like, my biggest thing that I teach my newbies, this is what I say. I say, follow my lead, literally, and blow up my phone. They know to do exactly what I do. I tell them the exact message I send out, and I say, blow up my phone. That's all I want you to do. Blow up my phone with screenshots, blow up my phone with questions, and when I answer those questions, please make sure you're copying and pasting them into their notes. It's so easy for me to train my newbies and train anyone who joins my team, because I have a very simple system. Very simple. You just do exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to teach you to answer people, teach you how to post, and it's kind of like the scenario of like, this is so corny, but like a baby bird like flocking the nest. You know what I'm saying? Like, they finally like can fly on their own because I taught them so well. Now, obviously, not everybody is going to take what I say and run with it, or take the opportunity and run with it. That's fine. You just keep going. You just, if you want this bad enough, you're going to do whatever it takes, and just don't overthink it. Don't overthink it, because you'll find yourself more stuck than anything. Sorry, I hope that was like okay. I feel like mine was kind of, yeah, that's good.
No, yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, good.
Yeah, if anyone has any questions,
Yeah.
below. But yeah. Good, no questions? No?
I kind of just want to, oh wait, is that a new question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How, do you want me to answer it, or? Can I just say something about this question real quick? About the first part of it, how did you / do you create a routine? I'm gonna be totally honest. I tell my new girls, and I tell people who've been in this 3 years with me, I say, I can tell you my routine all day long. It's what works best for you. And for a while, it might be trial and error. Okay, so it might be like, you figuring yourself out and your schedule out before you get down to like a rhythm. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as perfect balance though, so don't expect that. But for instance, like you said, so like you have kids, right? And you try and like, you try and like, let's say you try and say, oh, I'm going to give 25% to my kids, 25% to my husband, 25% to this. Like, my whole thing is like with that, it's kind of like, there's no perfect balance in life, just like there's no perfect timing in life. Like, you know, when people are like, now's the perfect time to have kids, it's like, is there really ever a perfect time to have kids? You know what I'm saying? So basically what you're going to do is you're going to go through trial and error of finding what works best for you, and seeing how you feel good within yourself and your schedule. And like I said, that might take a little while. I just wanted to add that in, and then Emily and Nay, you can add whatever you want.
Going along with that too, and I know it's like so broad. It is so broad, but I can try to like give some stories to help you guys understand. But to answer your question, iPhone, whatever your name is. Honestly, you're gonna find this answer with self-dev. And I get it. You guys are like self-dev, but like you can't, if you go into college, you can't graduate without growing, right? Right. Like when you start a new job, if you don't show up every day, if you don't listen to your boss, you're not going to do good. Right? Like it's, and it's almost like I get how it can be frustrating sometimes because like I'm a red. And I work when I work really well when someone tells me what to do. Like, you tell me what to do and I'll do it. So when someone gives me an open-ended question and I have to be creative, it pisses me off sometimes. And it makes me anxious, but that's just me. But there are a lot of books out there. It's kind of like when you got to write an essay and it's due tomorrow and you didn't read the book. You're going to go online and Google the book, right? And you're going to figure it out. You're just going to figure it out, right? But there's so many platforms that you can go to. There's so many people that you can go to, right? And if you need guidance in any kind of way, I can give you options of like podcasts or books or whatever, right? But you gotta listen to your heart and what you track to and where you go, and then figure out your way from there. But I promise you'll find it. What were you saying?
I want to talk about quickly, just to end this, an aha moment I had today. Actually, on Emily's team page, we were in the car driving, and Cheyenne Knox went live on her team page, and I love what she said about knowing where you're going, you know, and just having direction on where you want to be. Like, and I always say this, I don't care if you've been in for a day, for an hour, or for 3 years. Like, you have to know where you're going in this business, because if you don't have an end goal, or if you don't have a dream on where you want to be, whether it's small or it's big, whether it's as small as getting your eyebrows done, like me when I joined this business, that's what I wanted to do weekly, or whether it's as big as building a house. You know, I don't care what it is, or whether it's a rank or an income, you have to know where you're going. Because, and I love what she said too, like, know where you're going, but also know where your team is going too. Because if you know where you're going, you're like, great, I'm going diamond, or I'm going triple, or I'm going ambassador, but like your team is not on the same frequency level as you. Like, how are you going to get there without your team being in that same mindset, or having similar goals as you? You know, so you have, and that reminded me, like, I need to make a new dream board, you know, like I made a dream board and I've crossed off almost every single thing off of it recently. I need to update my dream board. I need to revamp it. I need to make bigger goals so I can get uncomfortable and move faster than what I'm moving at right now. You know, and it just reminded me that, you know, I need to be doing these things too if I'm going to be telling my team and inspiring them to do it as well. So know where you're going, because that's what's going to take you to be successful in this business. You know, every single day I wake up and I have goals, whether it's to enroll 3 customers and 2 distributors, or an amount of volume every single day, or whether it's a goal to complete a box on my chart for my promotion. Like, I know where I'm going and what I want. And if you don't, And if you're not enrolling every day, if you're not successful in this business, it's because you don't have goals. And you need to get that right, because that's what's going to help you get to where you want to be in this business. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. It was like a
So
huge
good.
aha moment for me today in the car.
Yeah. That was really good. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. Who asked about the schedule thing too? I don't even have a schedule, and I do this full time. Like you'll make it work. You know, it's about being self-disciplined, and just like Nate was saying, like I just made a new dream board last week, and that fired me up. Like I don't. To me, like doing things that isn't income producing for me in my future and my family's future, I don't want to do. You know, and you got to get to that point. And it doesn't mean that you can't have fun, you can't enjoy life. That's why I do what I do full time, so that when I have moments like that, I can. I'm in Arizona right now visiting family. I would never be able to do this without my job. But am I working right now with my aunt here? Yes, right? So it's about small sacrifices as well. But this is one of the reasons why I do this. I'm able to do this. You know, I'm able to do things that most people in this world who cannot do, right? So you just got to find what drives you. The sun is really distracting. I apologize. I'm going to hide it a little bit more. Okay. Um, And yeah, but you'll find a way. A lot of people do alarms. If you guys know me well, you know that Aaron wants to destroy me sometimes because I have a million alarms.
Too.
Yeah, and then poor thing. It's actually probably about to go off right now. But it works for me because I forget things all the time. But I embrace it, right? Life is chaotic. Okay. Did we get everything? Mm-hmm. Cool. You guys freaking rock. Y'all got on Tuesday night instead of going to Taco Tuesday.
No, Kayla. I follow up whenever I have time to follow up. Today I followed up at 10 a.m. here, so that was 10, 11, 12 o'clock Eastern time. The other day I followed up at 4 p.m. my time. It's just whenever I have time to do it, but I find time to do it every single day, no matter what time it is.
Yeah, I actually got an aha moment about that from Grant Cardone because he was doing a Q&A and someone was asking him like, well, statistics say that when you answer people in X amount of time, or statistics say when you follow up with people X, Y, and Z. Well, statistics say when you message people or post X, Y, Z, you get this amount more percentage people to come back. Like, what do you think about that? And Grant goes, I don't know, that's like way too confusing and stressful. Just like get the work in and just do it, you know? And it's so true. Like I will literally drive myself insane trying to like, cause like you can do that for 3 days in a row, but you know, the fourth day when you're busy or traveling or someone's sick, it's just going to throw you off. It's going to make you stressful, you know? So I hope that helps because it helped me so much. I was like, oh my God, sometimes I overthink life. All right. Thank you guys for getting on. I hope that helped. Y'all are freaking awesome. Let's kill the rest of the month. And I hope you guys have a good night. Bye.